Hi, it's Gail. It's getting toward the end of May, and I'm going to start a series of little videos letting people know what am I doing right now. We're kind of coming up toward graduation. I have a new blog coming out with some tips and little tricks for starting conversation with new graduates. So they don't have to answer the same question over and over and over and hear how great it's going to be. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So some ideas so you can show support to new graduates who are going to have their set of, their certain set of challenges this coming year. So stay tuned for that. The other big thing I'm working on is upcoming changes to the Common App. I'm doing a number of training sessions to find out about any small little details that will be different than last year's details. The one thing that is not going to change, unless they announce anything different, is the essays, and the essays are already set in stone. And in fact, my students are all scheduled in for their essay session, and we've already been talking and brainstorming a little bit about those ideas and themes that we want to carry through the application, and we'll be highlighting a little bit during the essay portion. Biggest thing, what's happening right now is I'm starting to gear up. Colleges are starting to announce that they are now open for scheduling interviews with students. It varies depending on the college. Your super uber selectives tend to want those applications first and send students over with an alumni rep or a student rep after the fact. But many of the smaller colleges my students are looking for are open right now to do applications, because on the college side, those kids are finished with their finals and graduating and on their way. And so it's the summer months at the colleges. I love working at the universities over the summer. It gets quiet, it gets cool, it gets more open, all the flowers are blooming. It's a great time of year. You're done with the class. May 1 has happened. So you have the incoming class kind of settled. You have the new students who've moved out. It's a quiet period until you start traveling again in fall. So for many of my students, I'm working on doing mock interview work. What do you want to say? What kind of messages, and some practices so that those optional interviews can go smoothly. And a little hint, if a college invites you to interview or says, hey, we would love to meet with you or have a discussion, and you really want to go there, unless there's a particular reason not to do the interview, it's not really optional. Optional, not so optional in the college process. Students, you want to lean in, and I'm working with my students now to get them scheduled to do some practices with me, some live practices, and so they'll be ready to go. So that's what's happening right now. Stay on top of everything, hoping that all of my students in high school finish strong, and have a great week.